You ever get a nose piercing just to spite your partner and then all of a sudden end up with allergies in the season that you never get allergies in? Just me. Love that for me. So I told my friend Squirtle that I wanted to start making this type of content because this is the type of content that I enjoy consuming. And I've always wanted to make, but I've always just kind of felt very imposter syndrome about it. Let's be honest, I am a 46-year-old woman on Beyonce's internet trying to make content on TikTok as a full-time corporate girly, part-time streamer, full-time self-diagnosed ADHD, wife, mom, content creator, organization owner, cat mom, fish mom, wannabe muscle momming. I have a lot going on. But I also think that's specifically why this type of content would be really good for me, because where I think I have a very standard, boring life, I also do a lot. Like, unless you're part of like the 0.01% of content creators, you've got other stuff going on than just putting out YouTube videos and making millions of dollars. Like, I mean, that's just the reality, right? My reality happens to be that I work a full-time job in corporate America, but I'm lucky enough to work from home. So while that lends itself nicely to co-working streaming, which I do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, by the way, it also means I am an extremely busy woman, because not only do I work full-time, even though I work from home, I also own a content creation organization. I work out 3 nights a week, and I have my own little online community that I am trying to cultivate. All this while trying to keep my IRL in check and balanced. Now, I've been streaming on Twitch since 2020, essentially since COVID, when a lot of people, I think, got the same idea to start streaming on Twitch. I started out not really having a video game in mind to play because I was new to gaming outside of playing Animal Crossing on the Switch. During that time, I was also really deep into my health and fitness journey and realized that there was an entire health and fitness category on Twitch and figured I might try my hand at that. But being a plus-size woman in the health and fitness category was really scary. Are we sisters or cousins today? What's going on? Definitely cousins. If I'm a little subdued, it's because my child is sleeping in the bedroom behind me and I'm trying not to wake him up. Although it is after 7 a.m. Maybe he should get up. I spent probably the better part of a year in the health and fitness category. I made a lot of friends in the health and fitness category and also learned that a lot of people in the health and fitness category played video games. So we started using Among Us as a way to kind of bridge both our gaming side of the community and our health and fitness side of the community together. And that's when that group of friends introduced us to none other than Pokemon Unite. Now, for those of you who are not familiar, Pokemon Unite is baby's first MOBA that was released in 2021 and is still around to this day, although hanging on by a thread, a very thin thread, I might add. So, Pokemon Unite would be the video game that I would base all of my platform's content on. There's a spider on my wall. Please excuse me. There's spider remnants on my wall. We'll deal with that later. So Pokemon Unite became my entire content identity for the better part of, I would say, up until about 2024. After exiting the Pokemon Unite scene, I needed something to kind of fill that gap so that I didn't completely walk away from streaming altogether. And because Pokemon Unite was my entire life and my entire identity as a content creator, I didn't have a backup plan. So I went into co-working. I discovered co-working right around the same time my bestie and I started having conversations about ADHD and how the ADHD brain works. And I had not had an official diagnosis, but obviously you can tell when you start asking, am I the only one or am I crazy? And so I started doing co-working streams during the day while I figured out what type of content I was going to continue to create after Pokemon Unite. I've spent the last year and a half, maybe a little bit longer than that, cultivating my community through co-working, which has been absolutely incredible. I really did not expect to find so much community and find so much growth in the co-working space because I felt like Twitch is for video games, obviously. Well, a lot more people use co-working streams than you might think, and they have become increasingly popular, especially with students, college students, med school students, and those who are authors, which is really fucking cool. But the other cool part is they also play video games. So for the last 6 months, I've really been settling into my own type of niche. And I've discovered that content is more about you and your community. And what I mean by that is I've struggled to change genres, to change games, to change content, and worried that I would lose some of the community that I've worked so hard to build. When in all reality, a good streamer, a good content creator, your community will show up for you, and the game is just a bonus. It's so funny because I really, really wanted to talk about the physical reset that I did this weekend to play into the mental reset that I feel coming on, and we just did not get there. It's okay. The universe had other plans. You guys don't know about my story, so we're just lore. You're welcome. I blinked. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. I blinked. When have I ever in my life? Anyways, all this to say, don't feel like your journey has one singular path in one direction, because sometimes the universe may have something in store for you that you were not planning on, and it might just work out. I think one of my favorite parts about being a streamer is the fact that you are in control of your content, and at the end of the day, the most important thing to remember is that your community will find you. Be authentic, be yourself, be genuine, make content that brings you joy. Stream things that bring you joy. And the less friction, the better, because that's how you kind of know like something's working, right? So I want to continue to make content like this. I want to continue to get comfortable speaking about things that I have going on, because where I might not find myself very interesting, other people might find me interesting. Other people may have similar stories to mine, similar paths to mine, similar journeys to mine. Like, I'm literally here just to be myself. And if people like that and they enjoy that and that's the type of content they want to consume, then that makes me happy. Otherwise, if not, this is a good experience for me. So I'm going to go finish getting ready for stream. I have co-working in about an hour. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I love you so much.